I know you love earning travel rewards and cash back, and that's why you're going to love Rakuten. With Rakuten, you can earn cash back on everything you need to book your dream trip, hotels, flights, rental cars, experiences, and more, while still booking through your favorite travel sites. And don't worry, cash back can be earned on top of earning the credit card points and the hotel and airline loyalty points that matter most to you, depending on how you make your booking. Plus, with Rakuten, you can also earn cash back on groceries and other purchases like electronics, pet supplies, and more. And the best part, you can join today for free and start earning cash back on top of your travel rewards. Go to Rakuten.com or get the app. That's Rakuten, Rakuten. Rakuten, the most rewarding way to shop. I feel like Alex Trebek on Jeopardy. Next category, please.
Historical places.
You're listening to the Zero to Travel podcast, where we explore exciting travel-based work, lifestyle, and business opportunities, helping you to achieve your wildest travel dreams. And now your host, world wanderer and travel junkie, Jason Moore.
Hey there, it's Jason with ZeroToTravel.com. Welcome to the show, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out, spending a little time here with me today, letting me bring a little travel into your ears. This is the show to help you travel the world on your terms, to fill your life with as much travel as you desire, no matter what your situation or experience. Travel, travel, travel. Today's coffee chat with my lovely guests, who's here with me. We're going to be talking about the top 10 places we're dying to visit with some rules I'm going to share in a second. And this is one of those wanderlusty episodes. I'm so excited to get your travel juices flowing today. And I am sitting across from my lovely wife, the little Norwegian gal I met in Brazil in a hostel years ago, who is now, yes, like I mentioned, my wife. And we're here in Oslo, Norway, where we're based. Anna Dorthe, welcome back to the Zero to Travel podcast.
Thank you.
Excited to talk about places we'd love to visit. We're dying to visit, in fact. And I wanted to do something fun, Anna Dorthe, for this show. Instead of just giving a straight list of places around the world, we have 5 categories we have to fill, which made it even more difficult. And when I explained this to you, where you say, wait a minute, we can't, hold on, I need some time for this. We got to figure this out. And it's funny because we do take these lists so seriously, because we're like, all right, this has got to be the number one place I want to go in each of these categories. But along the way, we're going to give some honorable mentions and some other places maybe we like to say. And the goal here is to perhaps get a few new destinations on your radar, perhaps get you excited about your next trip, or give you some new ideas about your next trip. So out of this list, it's going to be 10 total. Anna Dorthe is going to have 5. I'm going to have 5. And we have to have one beach spot, one place where we want to go for the beach life. One, we want to go for mountains and being in the mountains, hiking and all that good stuff. One city, which try to pick one city in the world that you want to go, that you're dying to visit. One spiritual or religious or soul-fulfilling type place, and depending on your beliefs, that could be, well, it doesn't even have to be tied in with your beliefs. It could just be based on your interests. But that, and one historical place. So we're thinking about big historical sites. And that's the framework we're working with here. And we don't know each other's lists. And I love this because I get to learn about what you have on your list, AD. And you get to hear some of mine and maybe some surprises for you. And then as we continue building our bucket list as traveling as a couple, maybe we're going to have to add some of these places in, if you agree. What do you think? Are you excited to get into this?
Yes.
Are you tired of me running my mouth? Are you ready to actually talk about travel and destinations?
Yes.
Okay. And by the way, if you want to join in on the fun, and you are able to, if you're not driving or something like that, as we go along, I challenge you to make your own list as we share our spot for each category. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to judge. Just write a few ideas down for each of these categories as you go along, and then hit us up with them. I'm on Twitter at Zero to Travel, or you can, of course, email me anytime, but I'd love to see your list so I can get some more ideas and some more wanderlust going. Okay, AD.
Yeah, and if you have some comments on the one we have too. That
Yes.
will be interesting too.
Yes. Okay.
Agree or disagree?
Totally. All right. So where do you want to start here? I had that order that I laid out, but we don't necessarily have to start with a beach spot. Do you want to finish at the beach and start with a historical place, or?
I think we should finish with the soul filling.
Okay. So you tell me where we want it. You lead it off. I'm going to let you take the lead on this.
Let's take the mountain.
Okay. Let's take the mountain. Go.
Oh, for me?
Yeah. Mountain
The
spot.
mountain spot I would like to go to is not a surprise, I think, but
boy.
it is Patagonia, Torres del Paine National Park.
Ah,
Yes.
sweet. Sweet.
I know it's a lot of nice mountains areas, but that's the one I'm dreaming about.
If you don't know where it is, you've probably seen a picture of the epic granite peaks in Torres del Paine National Park in Chile. I've done the W trek there, which is a modified version of the 10-day trek. It's a smaller version. Absolutely astounding. And I have no problem, even though I've been there, going there with you, AD. I mean, if you want to go by yourself, we both value solo travel. So I'm not gonna push it on you, but maybe that's something we could do together here.
I'll do it with you
Yeah.
if you're a good boy.
If I'm a good boy. Okay. We should mention, some places you might not hear on this list because we've been. For example, years ago, I probably would have put Machu Picchu on this list.
Yeah.
But I've been there. So,
Yeah,
or
so
maybe that
have
would
I.
be under the historical spot. But either way, that's awesome. All right. I will share my mountain spot. And I've just heard so many good things about this place. And it's a place that's on my list because I also think this is a destination that, it's definitely up and coming. And it's not yet arrived in many ways. And I especially believe this is true when it comes to the mountain trekking and the experience that you can have there. And that's the country of Georgia in the Caucasus Mountains. Did you put that on your list?
I put it on my list too.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's on like the second.
It was just like the
it
second
was
you were debating.
bubbling.
Between,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
bubbling to.
Yeah.
Yes. That's so wonderful. So we're on the same page here. I guess there's a reason we got married. We enjoy these things together. So what have you heard about the trekking there?
I mostly heard about skiing there actually.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be really, really nice. Also because it's not that developed yet. So you get the culture and the people in a totally different way than going to the Alps.
Yeah.
Where it's so touristic. And and the mountains are beautiful.
What's sneaky about this list is, of course, I didn't put the city on there, but I'd love to visit Tbilisi in Georgia. So I know that if I put this on the mountainside, I'm sneaking in another city.
I was thinking
there,
the same way.
Thinking alike here. Okay, that's great. So let's move to, and by the way, like I said, you got a mountain destination you want to visit for whatever reason, write it down. Make your own list right now. If you're driving or something, make it in your head. Don't try to write things down when you're driving. But yeah, make your own list as you go. And I'll give you a second to do that. Hit pause if you need to now. Okay, let's go with the next category, AD. What do you want? City.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is a city that you are dying to visit that you have never been?
It is, for me, San Francisco.
Oh.
Yes. I always wanted to go there. Haven't been.
Wow.
From what I've seen and heard, it's a beautiful city.
It is.
It's interesting. It's things to do, to see. And yeah, I really want to go to San Francisco.
Not only that, probably my favorite drive in the world down the Pacific One, south of San Francisco or north for that matter. Just spectacular. And I have done many epic drives all over the world, but I have some kind of attachment to that Pacific One route. And it's just such a great, I'm sitting in this chair, he's looking at me, I'm closing my eyes and I'm imagining the wind from the coast. I have that feeling, when you travel and you can almost put yourself there to the point where you know all the smells and you know the feeling of being there, and that is one of my favorite parts of travel, right? Like when you come home. And by the way, I have a quote at the end of this show that ties in a little bit with this idea, but being able to recreate that in your mind, it becomes so, you can just enjoy the trip for life because of that, because you're able to get those feelings again. And I love that about travel as a sidebar. Well, let's go to San Francisco.
Yes.
I'm down. I think once you hear my city, you might be not a little jealous, but you're going to definitely be down with this trip.
Okay, bring it on.
Any guesses?
No, I don't know.
Nothing. She's at a loss for words. Havana, Cuba.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Would be such a great city to visit. And again, it's one of those places that I've heard about. Another one of those places that, as everybody knows, has not been opened up for so long in a certain way, at least to Americans. And there's a lot of Cuban influence that I've been exposed to in the States, in southern Florida specifically. And I would like to go experience the real Cuba and experience Havana as one of these international cities that gets so much attention, and I want to see what it's all about. I want to experience it, and I want to have some coffee and smoke a cigar and hear the music and just see all the old cars and just have that experience. So we should get down to Havana, Cuba. What do you think?
I'm in.
Let's do it. We'll get back to the interview in just a moment. I know you love earning travel rewards and cash back, and that's why you're going to love Rakuten. With Rakuten, you can earn cash back on everything you need to book your dream trip, hotels, flights, rental cars, experiences, and more, while still booking through your favorite travel sites. And don't worry, cash back can be earned on top of earning the credit card points and the hotel and airline loyalty points that matter most to you, depending on how you make your booking. Plus, with Rakuten, you can also earn cash back on groceries and other purchases like electronics, pet supplies, and more. And the best part, you can join today for free and start earning cash back on top of your travel rewards. Go to Rakuten.com or get the app. That's Rakuten, Rakuten. Rakuten, the most rewarding way to shop. Now, back to the show. Okay, we've covered the mountain area. We've covered the city area. You can take your city area now, listener. Think about a city you want to visit. And Dorthe, go to the next category, please. Next, I feel like Alex Trebek on Jeopardy. Next category, please.
Historical places.
Historical places, okay. I had a hard time with this one. I actually put down 3, but I can only pick one, and I want you to take this first.
Yes, I have Petra in Jordan. I always been dreaming about that since my dad was there. He visited one time and he told me about it and how amazing. Right now, it's maybe not the time you go there, but Jordan is still a place that is pretty safe in the Middle East. It's just something about that place that really drags me there. I really want to see it.
Mm-hmm. And if you haven't heard of it or you don't know what it was in that third Indiana Jones movie, if you've seen
That's
that.
True.
And that's one of the things, I guess, that made it a little more mainstream famous, I suppose, although it's already been
It's a pretty
recognized as a
famous
known place.
Anyway,
yeah,
though.
but sometimes these movies, these bigger movies
make
it a bigger thing for more people that aren't as geeky about travel.
Yeah.
I
For me,
suppose.
it's not the Indiana Jones
No.
aspect of it that makes me want to go there. But I understand. That's probably, if you have it on your list, that's why.
I have it on my list. And that is partially why, but also because of it just looks spectacular.
Yeah.
It really does. And I love these ancient type of ruins that you see, and you get to step back in time and imagine
how it was at that time.
Yeah. When you're looking at a picture of something like that and then being there and being around it and feeling the energy and the stone and the area you walk on and the air and everything, and you can really put yourself back in time in a way that seems so real. And just learning the history of a place like that, a historical site like that, and being able to put your eyes on it and learn is a vastly different experience than just reading about it on Wikipedia or in a textbook. And I had it on my list. So this is what I was struggling with. I was going back and forth between that and this other one. And I don't have to tell you which one I put first now because you have Petra. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to go with a classic here.
Mm-hmm.
Any guesses?
Oh,
The pyramids of Egypt.
yeah.
I just drew a
Yeah.
triangle. I know, I've heard, of course, there are so many tourists that go there every year. That doesn't matter to me. And this is another one of those things that you could have a million tourists there, but there's a reason, right? And I've read so much about the pyramids and all of the people involved and the people that died making them and the history in Egypt. And just for a chance to explore Egypt more and to stand in front of the Great Pyramids and experience that, I think would be a tremendous experience and one that I would like to have in my lifetime. And again, seeing these ancient ruins or something about those historical areas, specifically Machu Picchu, and I've been to Tikal in Guatemala, which is also spectacular. You're in the jungle, and next thing you know, you're in front of these ancient ruins and all the history and all of these places. It gives you a certain feeling. It's not only the adventure of being there and reliving that, getting into the past and learning about the history, but oftentimes it's the adventure of getting there because they can be a little remote or different places. So just traveling there and having some place to go to and an excuse to just go there and have the experiences along the way too is half the fun as well. And I have another one on this list that I took off because it's part of another category, and that will become clear, I think, here shortly. Okay, where do you want to go next?
To the beach.
The beach?
Yeah.
I want to go to the beach. Let's go to the beach.
Yay. That was a little hard to choose. So
yeah.
I have taken like 2 destinations, basically, I have to mention. So
Go for it.
I really want to go to Hawaii and go to live the beach life there. And I know that you've been there, so you know more about the beaches there, but that's one place I would like to go.
Any specific islands, or I would imagine you're a Kauai gal just because it's
That's
a lot
more-
of, there's so much nature there and
Yeah.
it's so beautiful. I haven't been to Maui, but I've been to the others, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Probably where you have the beach and not the city. But
Yeah.
I would like to go there. And also I have on the list Lofoten in Norway,
Oh yeah.
which have
Yes.
some of the most beautiful beaches in the world. Doesn't necessarily have the temperature, but crystal clear water, white beach, sand beaches, and just go there, go camping there. And
We are going there 100%.
yeah, I have been there, but I've been there on a boat trip, but I haven't
You
been.
didn't get to get out and explore
No,
as much.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's one of
We
the
almost
places
went-
I really want to go.
We almost went last year and we decided not to go sort of at the last minute. Not the last minute, but we made other plans. But Lofoten is certainly a place that could be on my list, and it's one of the top places I want to go.
It's also a
And-
surf place, so for those that like
Yeah.
to surf, you can
in
go
the
there.
Arctic,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cold, but it's so funny because we live in Norway and it's right there. It's not that hard for me to go, but this is another one of those in a way because it's so expensive, and
It depends, but the traveling there can be expensive.
Yeah.
But you don't have to make it expensive to be there.
no,
a
that's
myth.
true. That's true, and I've heard spectacular things about the hiking there and the nature, and I love that.
has
Picking
it a lot.
a Norwegian island, it's not the first thing that comes to mind when you think about islands. You think about tropical. You don't think about islands in Norway. But this, if you haven't seen or heard about Lofoten or seen pictures of it, just Google it. Do yourself a favor and Google it, and I guarantee it's going to shoot to the top of your bucket list. And by the way, if you ever come through Norway, you got to let us know. Drop us a line. We'd love to
Yeah, to meet you.
to meet up. That would be wonderful.
And also in the summer, I have to say that up north in Lofoten, it is the midnight sun.
Mhm.
So you have the light and
and in the winter, you have the northern lights.
That's true.
So-
So it's a full year a destination.
Special place, and you're right, unique in that way, in that you can get all darkness during one point of year, all sun and light during another part of the year. It is unique, and there's something about that place that draws me as well. You want to hear my beach spot?
Yes.
I've actually broken this up into 2 categories. So I have a number 1, and part of the reason for this is just because I've never really been to an island like this so much, and because of all the pictures you see, really. And if somebody wants to give me a free overwater bungalow here, just for fun, let me know. I'll take it. The Maldives.
Yeah.
The Maldives. And that's the place that has more overwater bungalows than anywhere in the world, I heard. And that's just literally a hot home type thing that's right over the water. And you imagine the crystal blue water and everything. It just seems like it would just be so cool to walk out of where you're staying and have that crystal blue water and just be able to jump right in and snorkel and everything like that. I also took 2 more on the side.
You're cheating.
I
a
know.
lot.
I am a little bit. I'm not saying this is the main one. I'm keeping Maldives as the main one. But this is under the biodiversity category, and that's Madagascar and the Galapagos.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was just reading on Wikipedia, and Madagascar, over 90% of its wildlife is found nowhere else on Earth.
Yeah.
That's what they said on Wikipedia. So those aren't places that you think, again, just like Lofoten, it's not, you're not thinking of, and I don't know what the beaches are like there. Maybe there's blue water and everything. I honestly don't know. But just for the uniqueness and the biodiversity, Madagascar and the Galapagos, I thought would be really cool places to visit. All right, are we finishing with this spiritual or soul fulfilling or religious or whatever you want to call it category?
Yes,
Where
I
are you-
guess. And that's,
I wanna know where you're
I want that to be kind of,
You want to zen out at the end?
yes,
Yeah.
or no, but I wanted to make it not necessarily a certain destination, but a more open one.
Mhm.
So for me, I'm cheating too because I'm like mentioning several
It's okay
things.
to cheat when you're wanderlusting
But
like this.
it's, for me, it would be going somewhere and do yoga. For example,
Yeah.
India. Or I love alone time, solo traveling.
She likes getting away from me. Let's face
That's
it.
true. That's
If
true.
you want to ditch the annoying husband, just put it under the guise of liking solo travel. No, I'm kidding. Actually, you
No.
did a little solo trip recently. You
I
went down to
did.
Amsterdam by
I
yourself.
did, and it was great. It was really
I love
nice.
that about you, honey. I love that
And
you
it's
love solo
important.
travel.
If you like your own company, I highly recommend it. Do it. And it's good for everybody. It's good for yourself. It's so fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
It gives me energy. And I know it's not for everybody, but for me, it is. And the other one is just no necessarily destination either, but it's like going to a cabin by myself in the forest with a river or a lake view and just have a day or a week by myself. That's my destination. It can be in Norway, it can be in America, it can be whatever. But that's
Is this giving you, the listener, any ideas as to what it's like to live with me?
it's basically silent retreat.
What's it like being married to a podcaster? Is just talking all the time. You're like, I need to get away. I don't care where the cabin is. I don't care if it doesn't matter if it's in the ugliest place on earth. If it's facing
no, I didn't
a
say that.
graffiti wall with terrible
no,
graffiti. A river, as long as there's a river and nobody around.
No, I didn't say that.
I'm
It'd have to be a
kidding.
beautiful place
Yeah,
in the
I know.
forest.
Yes.
Where I can look at a nice
love
river and hear the sound, or
love
a
it.
very nice lake, and
I'm kidding.
just enjoy nature, because nature is really important for me, and I really enjoy trees. So being in the forest gives me energy. That's why I wanted to make it open.
You grew
And
up in the forest.
I did.
You were raised by wild cats, right? No, but you did come from a very rural area.
I
so.
do. I do. And I really enjoy that place. That is an important place for me. So being up there gives me energy. That's, I think, why I like that cabin kind of life. Very simple. You don't need a lot of things. Having the nature, that silence, it just gives me things. I don't have to be stimulated by other things. I don't have to go to an amusement park, for example. That's my amusement park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are always torn between our life here in Oslo, and we both value nature so highly, and we both feel the same in terms of the energy and the creativity and just being around that. Now, maybe I'm a little more, because I didn't grow up in such a rural environment. I feel like I like to have coffee shops where I can go and work and see people, and because I don't have the type of job where I have a bunch of colleagues and I go to an office or something. I want to be in places where I can go and actually interact and see people and be part of a community. And I love, I know this is a separate conversation as we're going to wrap up this podcast in a second, but I love being in the city and being able to take public transportation. And there's a simplicity to our life where we don't have a car. We can just walk and get groceries. We can get on public transportation, go anywhere and see and do things. I just rode a bike to the beach this summer, and there are still nature spots around here, which is a beautiful thing about Oslo. But I imagine we will go to a spot that has more nature around it at some point. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think
it's a little bit closer in proximity. And maybe that's what you loved about a previous podcast we did, and that was your number one. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but we did another podcast, top 10 places we've been that we're dying to go back to. And Anna Dorthe's number one falls into that category. I think a place where you can kind of have the best of both worlds. So I'll tease that out. If you like this list, you can go listen to that one if you haven't heard it yet. We'll get back to the interview in just a moment. Now, back to the show. I will get to my number one spiritual destination that I haven't been, that I'm dying to go. And it's the same as yours, India.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
You know, there's all kinds of places to visit in India. I think spirituality, from what I heard and from what I've read, just flows through that country in a unique way that it maybe doesn't in other places. And it'd be cool to go to the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, where the Buddha achieved enlightenment for the first time, for example, just to go to a place like that. That's so well known. It's such an important Buddhist landmark, but it's hard to put into words, I guess. And a lot of people that have been there say that about it. And I just want to be around that spiritual undercurrent that's running through India and see what that feels like and see what kind of things come out of that. That's all. I don't know why. I just want to go in with an open mind and experience it. Haven't been yet. Dying to go. That's what this list was all about. So thank you for putting together the list, AD. I always love hearing your lists, and I love to know now that you need to get away to a rural cabin ASAP. No, one thought on that I wanted to finish.
We all do sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it is important. We both value the solo travel, and I know some people you knew thought it was a little crazy you were going to Amsterdam by yourself, but I think that one of the things I love about our relationship is if I say, oh, I want to go to this thing, or you say you want to go do this thing and you want to do it by yourself, there's no judgment. There's no paranoia about, well, why doesn't she want me to go? What is it? Am I doing something wrong? Whatever. There's none of that, because we both have already established the fact that we need our own space, and we both value solo travel highly as experiences that allow us to grow and just have our own adventures, and we're our own people. So I love that we have that in our relationship, and I imagine as it goes on, there will be adventures we have together and adventures that we have apart. And I'm going to say right here, I'm always going to support those adventures, even if I might be like, oh, that sounds like an adventure I'd really love to go on with you, but I still think you should go if you want to do it on your own. And I won't take personal offense to that, because that is important for both of us. So if you're listening and you like solo travel as well, something to keep in mind, maybe something to discuss with your partner, future partner. Establish that early on, right? I think we established that pretty early on.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was important value to us.
And it's not like, even though you haven't been that person that done it, it's still allowed to do it. It's also like being open to try it. Don't be afraid of doing it.
I want to give a quick shout out before we leave you with a quote. Wyatt, who wrote me an email, said, right now I'm in the process of selling my car and saving my money with my seasonal job at a resort in Southeast Alaska. I'm going to use the money to go to China for 3 weeks in the Hangzhou area, and then to get around Southeast Asia for at least 3 to 4 months. Over the last 6 months, I minimized my wardrobe to one super compact jacket, 3 sets of clothes, a MacBook, a camera, and a violin. I love that the violin rolls. I'm thankful for your podcast. I've been listening for about a year now. Gives me hope and lets me know that I'm not crazy because I want to travel at a young age. Some of my friends and family don't understand this desire to get out there, but I feel that for me to grow as a person, I have to have change often, because that is life. Thanks a million, Jason. Wyatt. Thanks a million to you, Wyatt.
Safe travels.
Safe travels, and send me a clip of the violin music. No, that's wonderful to hear. And yes, that's what this community is all about. The Zero to Travel Caravan, the community here. This is a community-powered show. Get in touch and let me know what you think. And that's what sharing does. I think we have these conversations and these stories, and then we all realize, hey, you know, I'm not just in some bubble of craziness. There are other people out there that want to travel long term. They want to build their lives around travel. They want to make this a main thing and a main priority in their lives. And that's not crazy. That's, in fact, totally sane. Probably the most sane thing you can do is to listen to your heart, listen to your gut, and follow those things. And I want to leave you with this quote that is from Pat Conroy. I don't know who that is, but he said, or she, maybe he or she, I don't know, Pat could go either way. Once you have traveled, the voyage never ends, but is played out over and over again in the quietest chambers. The mind can never break off from the journey.
That's true. Beautiful.
Thank you for listening to the show. And Dorthe, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Sharing your list, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
This podcast has been brought to you by ZeroToTravel.com. Ideas and advice to make your travel dreams a reality.